let's get into your mid-season, effectively mid-season, because these rankings aren't finalized, but your top 5 cornerbacks. We've covered the running backs, we've covered the offensive tackles. Again, if you're curious, check out those videos, standalone videos on the channel. That's Couch Potato General Manager YouTube channel. But as far as your respective cornerbacks are concerned, let me just get my graphic out the way here. We're going to start with number 5 and then work our way up to 1. Who just missed the cut? Who just missed the cut for you, respectively?
Guy that dismissed the cut for me was Trevius Hodges Tomlinson, TCU. He's 5'9", 180, but doesn't play like it. This last game against Texas Tech, they tried to line a 6'5" receiver on his side, and they tried him. They tried him a couple times. He had a pass interference, but he battled all game long, and it was good to see someone test him. I don't think he was tested the last 2 games, and they tried a bigger guy, and he held it to the challenge. So maybe he can play outside of the next level. He showcased that in this last game.
Yeah, who fell outside? I have Cam Smith, South Carolina cornerback. Just haven't seen him at all. Caillou Blue Kelly, Stanford cornerback, who I loved going into the season, but I don't think he's a man coverage corner. I think he's a zone corner. And he's gotten beat deep a couple of times or just panicked. And also Eli Ricks, his season's kind of just started.
Right.
So that could turn around for him very quickly here. So we'll see what happens with him.
We've talked about the depth associated with the running back position in the 2023 NFL draft. What we expect as far as that class is concerned, and the cornerback position is also fairly deep as well. There's a lot of talent. Some guys haven't necessarily played as well as we had anticipated, but there's quite a bit of talent and guys that we weren't necessarily familiar with going into the season that have really turned some heads as well. You mentioned it. Cam Smith hasn't played. Eli Ricks is just now breaking the lineup because injuries and the transfer and so on and so forth. So as the season continues, and certainly as we get into the heart of draft season, the depth will start to show itself at the cornerback position. So at number 5 for Drew and Headley's mid-season cornerback rankings for the 2023 NFL draft prospects, Drew has the aforementioned Trevius Hodges Tomlinson, related to the Hall of Famer LaDainian Tomlinson. Of course, he plays cornerback. And then Clark Phillips III from Utah, the FBS leader in interceptions currently. Let's talk a little bit about Clark Phillips, Headley. And Drew, I'd like to get your thoughts on Hodges Tomlinson. What do you think? What do you like about him?
Clark Phillips, I think I might be lower than him than most. Heard some people say cornerback 1. So, he had a lot of interceptions. He's putting up numbers. So very instinctive corner. He plays outside and the inside. Break on the football. Like I said, he could catch the ball, go to the house. See, Clark at 5. Wow. That's exactly what I thought, man. But the reason why, because I think he's an inside corner at the next level. Because I don't really like him in man as much. And also, I want to see him be more physical. He could tackle, but if you're going to play on the inside at the slot at the next level, I want to see more physicality. I want to see him blow things up, get into the backfield a lot more. So that's why I got him at number 5. The top 4, man, he's some dogs up there, man. So we'll see if Clark Phillips could break that in my next top 5.
Gotcha. Hodges Tomlinson, Drew.
Yeah, I think Headley stole my thunder when he talked about him earlier, but outside of his top 5, I don't know why, but it's embarrassing. But he's also a producer. He's also a guy who gets their hands on the football. He is aggressive. I think that's the thing about me in terms of corners. I like him being physical. Size almost for me doesn't matter because again, if you're a little too small, maybe we throw you inside, and that was a concern for us. Like, hey, can he play inside? And to play inside, what do you got to do? You got to tackle.
Right.
As long as he ain't getting hemmed up on the outside, running along the sideline with the receiver, if he has a free shot or he can beat the
business
receiver,
decisions.
Business decision. If he can beat that receiver or beat that receiver in terms of the block, he's going to do it and he's going to make the tackle. And he's got ball skills. So in number 5, I like him there.
All right. At 4, this may come as a surprise. It's Keely Ringo from Georgia for you, Drew, and Headley. You have Cam Smith out of South Carolina on the strength of the 21 tape. Go ahead, Drew.
Yeah.
Why Ringo at 4?
I knew he was
low.
No, he's gonna
Seems
ask
a
me,
little
bro.
low.
Yeah, and I've been low on him, bro.
Yeah,
I just
it's
been
true.
low
It's
on him
true.
because there's not a lot of he don't get challenged a lot. There's not a lot of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? That because that may be a good thing though in terms of
Well, that's generally a good thing.
nobody wants to throw the ball his way.
Generally, that's a good thing.
Generally,
Yeah.
but I just want to see more, man. I want to see him more being challenged, man. Because sometimes you think, oh, he's covering guys good and well, and then you start getting the ball thrown his way, and next thing you know, like, damn, maybe he ain't as good as we thought he was. He's got everything. He's got the size, got the speed, got them nice hips, fluid. He is physical. Might be a little too physical down the field. Although against Tennessee, I thought he played very well. But like Headley said too, hey, bro, you ain't tackling, bro. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I switch him and him and Tomlinson real quick. Can we do that? Can you do that?
Wow.
Can you do that on StreamYard,
Put
bro?
him down.
Wow.
Let's take him out to 5 then, bro.
Nah, leave it.
You gonna leave it at 5?
Yeah, let's leave it at that.
Oh yeah, Cam Smith, man. He's ready for the physical parts of the game, and I want to see him get healthy, get on the field. Because last year's tape was impressive to me. He'll come up and tackle. He plays with energy. He's an emotional leader, sticky, plus ball skills, nonstop motor. The only thing is sometimes a little too aggressive, can get caught with a double move. But other than that, man, I can line him up outside. I can line him up anywhere on the field, and I know he's going to compete.
Yeah.
All right. At number 3, Drew has the aforementioned Clark Phillips III. And Headley has the first entry here of Joey Porter Jr. from Penn State.
Yeah, Clark Phillips here it's the production for me. I would agree with Headley in terms of the concerns that we have for him. But if you can turn the football over, if you can find the football, you're always around the football when it's coming your way. I'll throw some of them flaws out the window, bro. We good. Because if you turning the ball over, hey, man, what they say about your boy Dallas's corner? Talking greasy about him. Yeah, talking greasy about him, bro. You getting up 1,000 yards for the season. But I got all them picks, too. I help this defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm keeping us alive out here in these streets. So if you could do that, I'll take it, bro.
You think he can play outside at the next level? Phillips?
Yeah, I think he play outside. Yeah, I think it would have to be zone outside.
Zone.
Yeah, zone outside, though. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Joey Porter Jr., physical. I love when he stabs, he turns, he runs, he turns again, locates a football, make a play on it. Physical when tackling. That game against Marvin Harrison Jr., I was locked in, and I seen Harrison Jr. separate, but just the closing ability to make it a contested catch. Every catch is a contested catch for Joey Porter Jr., similar to like guys like, Jalen Ramsey, J.C. Horn, just insert any long corner that, might not be the twitchiest, but could close on the football. Because the hips are not the oiliest, but like it gets closed down really quick, man. So I'm really impressed with Joey Porter Jr.
All right. At number 2, Drew has Joey Porter Jr. and Headley, you have Keely Ringo. So a huge disparity. Significant. Let me put it that way. Significant disparity.
Significant?
Yeah, significant disparity in terms of how you're ranking Keely Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo, man, smart, instinctive. He understands assignment, really smart. I know, you say he doesn't get tested a lot. That's why you got him down on your board. And I guess it's legitimate because when you got that front seven that Georgia has and you're not really getting tested, you just don't know. You just want to see him in the moment of truth. I thought this last game against Tennessee, against Cedric Tillman, we saw it. We saw them attack him. He went up and got the football. He's just a feat, the technique, the size, the speed. To me, he's a pretty clean corner, except for that tackling that we mentioned before. But everything else is pretty clean to me with Ringo.
Yeah, and I see Timothy Lingo. He said Porter got that wingspan, and he knows it, and he plays to it. There are players that don't play to their size, don't play to their ability for whatever reason. And Porter knows he's big. Porter knows he's strong. Porter knows he's physical, and he plays to that. And I love that about him. The one thing coming into the season, I thought was like, man, I just want to see him a little bit more productive because he did get his hands on a bunch of footballs. Not that that's happened this year either, but he just, man, he's too much. He's too good of a player to not be in the top 3, bro. He's in your 3, so I'll give you a nod, Headley. But and he's got that his dad used to play, so he's got that pedigree as well. So, he knows the game of football, and again, he's a physical corner, maybe a little too physical at times. And again, I'll say it, I'll keep saying it, bro. I don't care, bro. We can figure that out later. Yeah, I'll figure that out later, bro.
No, I hear you. I think the fact that He has that pedigree. Perhaps, obviously, in this case, not the same position. Joey Porter Sr. was a linebacker. He was an edge rusher, right? But certainly, I think that makes a difference in terms of how guys prepare. You know what I
see
mean?
it with J.C. Horn, Patrick Surtain,
It's different.
Asante Samuels Jr.
Yes,
all corners.
It does, absolutely. And number one should come as no surprise, considering that Headley already gave it away. Christian Gonzalez, cornerback from Oregon, transfer from Colorado. He's been phenomenal. I don't think there's any corner, perhaps Clark Phillips, but I'd argue that no cornerback has helped himself more in season as we approach draft season than Christian Gonzalez.
Bro, can I ask you a question, bro? So how you gonna put everybody in green, bro, and then put him in red when you know he wear green, bro? The duck, bro.
I had that thought, but I was like, I'm too lazy to change it.
Okay,
too lazy to change it. I thought about it though.
Okay,
yeah.
So the one question I had for him really was, is he a corner that can move? You know what I'm saying? In terms of, can he play inside? Will they play matchups with him? Because that's one thing that you don't really see in college for the most part. Because we want to keep this thing as simple as possible. We're gonna run the defense. I want you to run it, yada yada, whatever. But no, they move him inside. They'll play matchup, and he has no problem. And this is a guy I believe that can play against tight ends, the Kelseys of the world, and stuff like that, and play them well and use his size and length to play. So. And he's productive. Like he's checked all the boxes, bro. Like there's not a box that he hasn't checked. When I look at the guys below him, there's a couple boxes they're not checking, bro. He's checking all them boxes that you want from the corner position. So, I mean, how can he not be number one?
Yeah, I agree, man. Like checks all the boxes. Like you say, press man, zone, cover 3, off coverage, inside coverage. It's the versatility. He's the type of guy that could travel with your best receiver. You could stick a Kelsey, like you said, like the best tight end on your football team if you want to lock him down. Just the movements is there, the physical parts of the game is there, the size is there, the speed is there. Like you said, he checks all the boxes, man, and that's why I have him over Ringo, because Ringo doesn't check all the boxes.
There you have it. Before we move on from your mid-season rankings at the cornerback position for the 2023 NFL Draft, I think this is a concept that we're going to discuss at length, but I want to just kind of get the conversation, get the juices flowing a little bit before we look to the Saturday slate here. Compared to the last couple of draft classes at the corner position, where does this group rank? So a couple drafts ago, we have Surtain. I don't know that there's a cornerback in the NFL playing at a higher level than him right now. Of course, he has the legacy, the pedigree from his father playing in the NFL. J.C. Horn is healthy. He's playing at a pretty high level as well.
He just got hurt again. Naturally.
Yeah. Newsome, we haven't necessarily seen a whole lot from Caleb Fairley. Of course, a guy that Drew really liked. Good player. I mean, as far as he's very talented, but he's had some technique work that he needs to flesh out. That was a couple drafts ago. And then most recently, we have obviously Sauce Gardner, who's turning heads. Derek Stingley. We've gone on and on about Andrew Booth, a litany of guys. Kaiir Elam, just a bunch of different corners. Where do you think this group currently stacks up against those two classes?
Damn, bro, you had to do it, bro.
Yeah. I think, me personally, that last class you said, those two top elite guys that you mentioned,
Stingley and
Gardner and Sauce. I don't think this class has those two top. Like they're going like top 5 picks in the class. I think Gonzalez might be, but so I had that class over this class, and then that Surtain class was pretty special too, because they had J.C. Horn, even though he's dealing with injuries. Where was Asante Samuel? What was he 2 years ago? Or 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. Yeah, I think I have this class maybe behind that class also.
Ooh, third in the pecking order. Yeah, we're going to talk about this more, but I want to just kind of get your immediate thought on it.
Yeah, I'm a side with Headley in terms of the Sauce Stingley. I think that's the better class. I think Christian Gonzalez though might be the best corner out of everybody.
Whoa.
And I know Surtain is balling.
I can't do it, bro.
Listen, nobody over PS2.
Man. No, I get it. Not yet. Right now.
Sauce for you. Yeah.
No, listen. Right now, he's better than everybody. Excuse me.
Yeah.
P2's better than everybody right now, right? But coming out of college,
Oh, you're talking about coming
but
out?
see,
I'm talking about Christian
but I
Gonzalez.
was higher on PS2 than both of y'all coming
You
out.
were,
though.
you were. That's true. That's true.
That was my guy coming out.
That's true.
I got to watch some more Gonzalez. I know you guys have watched more Gonzalez than I have to this point. I got to watch more Gonzalez. PS2 was just so clean to me, man. He was just so clean. You know what I mean? And you talk about not getting challenged. They didn't really challenge him. You know what I'm saying? So you didn't necessarily get the production, the ball production that you're looking for. But yeah, at that size, that level of technical expertise on top of the physical tools, you talk about checking the boxes. The PS2 checks those boxes. So it's a really interesting conversation. We're going to spend some more time talking about it. Before we turn the page, though, Timothy commented once again. He's asking us, in your opinion, is it hard to find a true slot corner?
I would say I don't think it's as hard as it's been, because the slot corner could be a corner that's in college, or it could be a safety that comes down. So, and there's a lot of safeties that
It's
can
the striker
play
thing, man.
Yeah,
it's the striker,
and a lot of
the way they're
defenses in
playing
college
defense.
have that kind of player where the striker, the rover, whatever the hell they call
Right.
them, the star in some situations.
Yes.
So
yep.
it's I don't think it's as hard. I think it used to be harder, but I think because of the way colleges are going and how they're using their players, I think you got to be able to play the run game. That might be quality one, because you're essentially a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Just smaller, quicker. You know what I'm saying? A little faster, and you should be able to cover. It's almost like a tight end on the offense.
Right.
That position
multiple positions.
You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to play multiple positions. So
yeah,
I think it's a little bit easier to find, and it depends on like the defense that you're playing too, how often that guy plays, and what you're actually asking him to do moving around. But yeah, I think it's a little bit easier to find that position.
Yeah, and you got to kind of be versatile too, because
right.
Top of my head, the last two really great slot corners, in my opinion, that came out was Jalen Petrie and Chauncey Gardner-Johnson from the Gators. And the teams used them up high at safety as well. He's like, you're not always in the slot. You're going to play some up high. You're going to play some safety. So, to live there all day, I don't know. I think you got to be kind of versatile to move around the formation.
So I wonder, and this is just kind of throwing another little wrench in here with respect to Timothy's question: is it more likely that you find a nickel safety hybrid as compared to the guy who goes inside, outside, what have you? What are you more likely to find these days?
The nickel safety.
Yeah,
to me. Yeah, the nickel safety.
Okay, all right. Our man Jake came in on this one. I don't think he's happy about these rankings.
Oh,
I think
Gary
he's happy.
Gary Williams got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt. Can't put him in there.
He was in my five. He was in my five before the injury. I liked his tape, but I had to pull him out. And Devin Witherspoon. I got to watch more Devin Witherspoon. I've seen a couple of him. I got to watch more of him, though.
So he may slide in there somewhere.